Hello there, Mouse Ears Universe. Thank you for joining us on the Mouse Ears podcast, your go-to source for all things travel, but mostly Disney, sponsored by Fairy Tale Journeys Travel. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a travel pro, we're here to bring you the latest news, insider secrets, and fun stories from the happiest, and in this case, the most magical place on Earth. Make sure to give us a like or follow on whichever platform you may be listening to or watching us on. So keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the ride vehicle as we navigate through an overview of Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration, because the adventure starts right now.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mouse Ears podcast. I am one of your hosts this evening, Stephanie, and with me I have Jen. How are you, Jen?
Hi, I'm doing well.
And Kelton. How are you, Kelton?
Hi, Steph.
Hi, Kelton. And Brooks isn't here. He's actually on a much-needed family vacation.
Well deserved.
Yes.
Absolutely. And tonight we have another special guest. This is a returning guest of ours, FTJ agent Brittany Young. Brittany, how are you? Thank you for being on. Round of applause for her.
Round of applause. Here we go. Yeah. The crowd goes wild.
Thanks for having me back. I'm excited. I know I got some catch up to do with Elise, but
Oh,
We got a lot of episodes to go.
She hasn't been on this season, but we know she's been busy. But we're so thrilled to have you on. And for this episode, where we're going to talk about all things Disneyland 70th celebration. Oh yeah, that's right. Our girl Brittany over here just got back not too long ago from California, and she was able to experience all things happy, because that is the theme. Yes, that is the theme for this 70th anniversary that Disneyland is currently celebrating. So a little bit about the 70th anniversary celebration. And this is coming straight from the Disney Parks blog. Now, through summer 2026, the Disneyland Resort's 70th celebration honors 7 decades of happiness and many moments of joy in the making. Guests can celebrate happy with limited time entertainment, colorful decor, themed food and beverages, collectible merchandise, and so much more. Now, this started I think it was like May 16th or 17th is when the celebration started. Brittany, when did you go?
So we were there the week of Memorial Week, May 25th through the 31st.
That's exciting. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get into this episode. But before we really dive in, we got a trivia question for all of you trivia fans out there. Jen, you want to take that?
I will take that. But today's trivia question is brought to you by Fairy Tale Journeys Travel. Next time you want to book a Disney cruise, let the agents at Fairy Tale Journeys Travel take care of all the details for a stress-free experience at no extra cost to you. And when you book with them, not only do you get the expert advice, but you can also get up to $1,000 in onboard credit. This offer is exclusive to bookings made with Fairy Tale Journeys Travel, so contact them today. Let them know that the podcast sent you, and enjoy a magical Disney cruise getaway. All right, today's trivia question. And I don't even know this, but what was the theme of Disneyland's 50th anniversary celebration?
I have no idea.
I do not know. We'll find out.
Well,
As long as it doesn't
Stay
involve
tuned.
a giant cupcake themed castle, I think we're good.
God, I hope not.
I hope not.
Listen, I came into this
Shoot.
world with the best celebration possible. Are you kidding me? That was the year of my birth. Yes, I had the cupcake. What was it? The cake decorations on the Cinderella's castle.
It was horrible.
I saw an old video of it and they were just so excited about this castle. And I'm like, y'all. But that's okay. That's okay.
That one was weird. I also thought the one where Stitch destroyed, like, quote unquote, destroyed Cinderella's castle.
Vandalized it, yeah.
That one was
Yeah.
also a little bit odd. Just, it looked like the
Kinda
castle got
cringy.
TP'd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disney,
Yeah,
we
that's a
can do
little
better.
crazy.
But
Yeah.
anyways, if
Anyway,
you want to
that is
know
a
how
trivia question. So stick around to the end for the answer that we completely went off the rails.
in our good old fashioned mouse ears,
It's just our ick. That's all it is.
truly. So, anyways, we're going to talk about, this episode is all about Disneyland's 70th anniversary. But actually, for those of you that don't know, Disneyland does celebrate its 70th anniversary on July 17th. So that's actually the day that the park actually debuted. So, in honor of that, that is actually going to be the date when the new show, Walt Disney: A Magical Life, will debut at the what is it? It's the theater. Do we know what the theater's called? That doesn't matter. Anyways, that show's going to debut at the Disneyland Park on July 17th. But that is pretty much, I think it's one of the only things that Brittany did not get to experience when she went. And we'll talk a little bit more about that animatronic show because it's worth mentioning. To get started, Brittany, why don't you tell us a little bit about what were your first impressions for this celebration?
Yeah, so of course we kind of did our research, of course, because that's what we do. Also, my oldest, has really gotten into like researching. Mom, did you know? And I'm like, yeah, I did, but it's cool. So I didn't want to miss anything special that was going on. So I had my list of like, okay, if we do nothing else, I got to do these things. So we were very excited for it. We stayed at Pixar Place Hotel. Let me tell you, we had a pool terrace club level room, and I know it's very, you just have the 3 Disney resorts, but if you can stay in the Disney bubble, man, stay in the Disney bubble. It was fabulous.
Feel free to tell us more about this room.
Oh,
by all
okay.
means.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
and
I've heard mixed reviews about that club level. So
okay. First of all, let me just shout out Veronica, because the first time I stayed club level was at Beach Club with her last August before the Wish cruise, and it's her fault. She has ruined me, and now I've tasted the good life. So when I saw
Club life will do that to you, period.
absolutely.
There's nothing else that comes after that.
But I
End of
saw
discussion.
that, and I thought pool terrace, club lounge. I got 3 kids. I think this is a good move. So I loved it. So it opens up. You're actually on the 3rd level, but it opens up to the pool deck where the pool is. You're steps away from it, and there's lots of like just outdoor activity. Like there's a foosball table and like kind of patio games out there. That's where the fireworks viewing is at night. And like my kids, like almost every day they wanted to go back for a swim break, and so just being able to go in a room and then walk right out the back patio door to go to the pool or to go watch fireworks, rather than like them being soaking wet and going like through the hotel elevators. I loved it. And then just being able to go into the club lounge, get breakfast, get a snack. My favorite was the nighttime num-nums. And grab some sodas and take those with us. There was no Dr. Pepper, but it's fine. But like the night, when we were going back for the Paint the Night parade, I grabbed a couple of Cokes and put them in my backpack so we would have something to drink while we're sitting there. But yeah, so we loved it. We did get to meet Bing Bong, and see Joe Gardner playing the piano. So, I really liked it. We were able to use the entrance for GCA through Grand Californian because the regular path that the hotel uses was under refurbishment. So that was great. We just hop across the street and walk through Grand Californian to go into DCA. And so that's where we started our first day. Pretty much, yeah, we spent all of Monday in California Adventure. There's some decorations like towards the front of the park. Honestly, I really didn't see those until Friday when we hopped from California Adventure over to Disneyland. Lots of decor in Disneyland Park, obviously. In the Esplanade between the two parks, which, one of the things I love about Disneyland Resort is that they're just right there next to each other. It's fabulous. But there's this, it's like a sculpture, like colored panel. It's pretty good size, where, you could have your photo ops, but it's just like right there in the middle between the two parks. So that was pretty cool. And then, like, as soon as you enter Disneyland Park, you've got in front kind of the greenery in front of the train station before you go through. There's a photo op there with the Celebrate Happy big decor up there by the train station. They have a magic shot with Peter Pan flying over. So obviously, I love getting the photo pass. I love getting all of those pictures, the magic shots and the ride photos. So we got the Lightning Lane multi-pass. We did that with our ticket. And yeah, so lots of decor. And even just like we spent a day in downtown Disney, lots of merch. Yeah. And there are a few things like on the ride on Toy Story Mania. It has special 70s that pop up for you to fire away.
I really thought that was a good integration,
Yes,
into the
I thought
attractions
that was
as
really
well.
cute. I'll say I did not score very well because I was trying to help my little guy. The 3D glasses did not fit him very well, so I was trying to like hold his glasses with one hand and fire with the other. But it was great. Yeah, we had lots of decor. There's also don't come at me if you love Small World, but we did not end up riding Small World. But I think there's Miguel and Dante from Coco were added in Small World. But yeah, so I like the ride integrations. I thought were cool. The 70s and the Toy Story Mania was very cool.
I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, with decor wise, some of the pictures I've seen so far remind me a lot of kind of like walking into Epcot with, pick a festival type of thing. I feel like it's really come, from that. But you were talking about the merchandises before we started recording. You said that you were able to go through downtown Disney. And actually, I know I almost said Disney Springs,
I
but
can't
actually
tell
be
you the
able to
number
go
of times I did that.
when you're so used to it, that's
Uh-huh.
that's just what it is. But so you were able to get some good photos and really hands-on stuff with some of the merchandise. So why? I mean, because they've got Spirit jerseys. I know they've got Magic bands, ears, and all of this other great stuff. So what did you see out there?
Yes, all of those things. I will tell you the thing that stood out the most as a band nerd. It is this gold sequin. It reminds me of a Shaco of a band hat, but it's pretty awesome looking. So that really stood out. But yeah, lots of they have the Disney Home store there, so there's they had some stuff in there. I mean, everything. You got the Starbucks tumbler, you got the horse ears and Spirit jerseys and T-shirts and sweatshirts, and I mean, probably if you could think of it, there is something with that. Definitely lots of merch. I was going through taking pictures, and then I had to like put some in like a photo circle album so I could clear space to take some more. But yeah, and even there's lots of decor, 70th decor in downtown Disney, and photo ops there. So definitely a fun place to hang out. And again, just right there, you just can walk to it from all of the Disney hotels, which is so nice. You can just pop over there if you want to grab a bite to eat or whatever. We had a whole day where we just did, resort day, downtown Disney. And that was a lot of fun.
And totally irrelevant to the 70th celebration, but downtown Disney's getting a lot of refurb. Like they just got some new stores that just opened up. Now I think they announced that Earl of Sandwich is going to be changed completely, and it's just it's such a great hub to begin with, and like you said, the convenience of having everything there, just a blessing for my little feet, but also it's nice. There's just a lot there. But anyways, yeah, I've seen some of the merch and I'm just like, yep, between that and the parade, I just don't know what I want more.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I saw the pictures of the outfits for Mickey and Minnie, and they are so stinking cute. Did you by any chance get to see them maybe in the parade or a show or something with their outfits?
Yes, they have the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade. And so we did get to see them in their outfits. And of course, my favorites, Chip and Dale. I got to see them in their outfits during the cavalcade. When we met them, we did character breakfast at Plaza Inn. The best character dining I have ever had. It was we did it. So my cousin, and she has 5 kids, there are 7 of them total. They were also in Disneyland. It just was like, we weren't doing the whole vacation together, but we were like, let's do one meal together. So we did, Plaza Inn breakfast, and it was amazing. And I think because we were there towards the end, we got just lots of time and interaction. I mean, like, my oldest was doing leaps with Tigger. I don't know if you saw my video the other day of Daisy. She was phenomenal. I mean, I know they say Donald is #1 duck. Daisy rocks. Even though she was trying to steal my man, I know she just needs Donald to put a ring on it. But
Well,
I mean,
so we were talking about you were talking about the outfits,
Mm-hmm.
and I have it up. Give me just a second, because now I don't want to click on the wrong one. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try to show it. So there's your outfits for, the characters. If you're, watching on YouTube. Now, I do want to talk about one thing. Like, so we went from the Diamond celebration at their 60th, if I remember correctly. Then we had the 50th of Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World. I might be the odd one out. I just don't know how I feel about these outfits.
Talk
And
to
I
us.
could be the only one. I'm okay
Talk
with
to
that.
us. What aren't you liking?
It's just not what I was expecting.
You see, I like these a little bit more than I think it was the 100th, where it was Gatsby in a way, but I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't as, whoa. This to me does scream
more fun.
It's more fun. Yes.
It's almost
more
like
fun.
They finally went back and, brought things back into like the late 90s, early 2000s, when we kind of went to more of the fancy stuff with the 60th celebration, the 50th at Disney World. And now we're back to, kind of like what our parents put us in the 90s. Some of those outfits, It's like,
Yeah.
But I think it's fun. I mean, it just threw me when I saw it last month. That's all. I don't think it's anything bad. It's just not what I imagined.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. Everything is purple and blues for the most part, right? Brittany,
Everything is.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany,
Yeah.
please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, purple, blue, and pink. There's lots of pink.
Purple, blue, and pink. So yeah. Anyways, all right. So we talked about decor. We talked about merchandise. You mentioned character dining, food. Kelton, I know we love to talk about food, and Disney does food fantastic. I mean, they specialty experiences, specialty food, treats, drinks, they know what's up. And the 70th celebration is no exception to this. Kelton, do you have it pulled up that maybe you can?
I do. And there's a lot. Like, y'all, there's a lot of food. I'm not
You
going
weren't hungry
through
before, you are now.
I mean, so like we're just gonna throw this first off out right here. Uh grilled Tahian ribs, and this picture that they took looks excellent. Oh, it's beautiful. Saucy. I bet you just bite in and they come right off the bone. So good. But that comes with, some rice and pineapple slaw. Not a cold slaw fan. Might have to try it. I don't like cold slaw. I know. Sorry, guys. But along with that, and in Disney fashion, they've got a bunch of different dessert parties. You got the World of Color Happiness dessert party, your Pixar Pal Celebration Parade dessert party, and of course, Paint the Night dining package as well. So there's just a lot of different specialty foods, drinks, especially over at like the the Blue Bayou restaurant with a ribeye steak, and it looks awesome. Apparently, I am just in a mode to eat some steak and ribs because that is what is catching my eye. Then you got your quick service stuff like snacks like some churros and some, what are these called? Hold on. These are, cowboy French fries. French fries, nacho cheese, sauteed ground beef, burger sauce, and butter pickles. I did not ever think that you could have butter flavored pickles. Not on my 2025 bingo card. So, all in all, there's just a ton of specialty food for the 70th. And we've got till summer of 2026 to try it all. So, I think we need to take a trip out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And like we saw in the 50th anniversary over here in Walt Disney World, there's also a lot of chili because that was one of Walt Disney's
The
favorite
the wed
dishes.
chili baked potato.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
But on top of that, and not food, but food related, have you all seen the like souvenir stuff that they have come out? Brittany,
Oh
were
my
you able to see
gosh,
any of that?
we forgot
So
to mention the freaking key,
Yeah.
the giant key. Oh, sorry, Kelton, you're up.
that's
You're up,
not food
buddy.
related, is it? No, that's not food related. But it lights up though, I think. So I'm gonna have to get it because it lights up. But
Like,
so for your specialty stuff, you've got your standard typical popcorn bucket. That's mediocre. However, we've got Mickey in his excellent, black jacket with his little red pants for a popcorn bucket. We've got a Yeti as well, a snowman. They call it an abominable snowman sipper. He looks pretty cool. He'd be great up there on the wall as well. Your popcorn bucket, your regular sipper, and there was the new celebration stainless steel tumbler that I could use for work for my coffee. And then they've got straws and just I really like these, celebration D glow cubes. So in the old, Disney design D that lights up blue. Oh, I
Just
could
take
go
my
for stuff
money.
like that.
Just here
I
you
know.
go.
I know.
Just
Here we are.
why
Just take
even direct
just take the
deposit
credit
into my
card.
account? It's just the Disney fund.
And then, of course, over at Trader Sam's, they got a couple of specialty 70th anniversary drinks there as well. But that's your report for the food. I hope you're hungry and thirsty now.
Always.
so
Okay.
Kelton mentioned the paint the night dessert party.
Ooh,
The World
ooh.
of Color dessert party. Yeah. So unless you had something else, we can jump into talking about those things because they
Go
were
for it.
fabulous. Okay.
We're here for it.
So let's start World of Color. There is, there's a virtual queue you can do a dessert party for reserved seating. There's a virtual queue at noon. that you can get in to just try and get the preferred seating. So of course we did that. And they had a new thing where you got to vote for, it was like which Inside Out character you wanted to be. I don't know. I'm not really sure how it impacted the show, but it said, so we voted, so that was cool.
Who did you vote for?
Oh, who did I vote?
Hold on, I will give you a refresher here
I'm pretty
as
sure I
soon
voted
as I can
Disgust.
find it.
See.
And why can I not find it?
Exactly.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have envy, sadness, anger, and disgust.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'd probably
I'm
vote anger.
pretty sure I did envy because
But so to go along with that, yeah, you would see them featured in special scenes throughout both of the day show. Oh, both days shows. I don't like how they worded that.
Yeah.
Be sure to enable push notifications and location services on your device so you know when it's time to vote.
Yeah. So that came through. And so, so we did the virtual queue, and then we got a little notification saying, here's when you can, come. And there's still obviously within that, everybody's in that. It's still first come, first serve as far as your spot. I think we got there about 45 minutes to an hour before it started. And then I think I took most of my crew back, and my husband and my oldest went and hit Incredicoaster again after that for the late night. Their youngest is 5, so he slept through a lot of the evening entertainment, but he rolls with it. And then the Paint the Night parade. Okay, I'll be honest. Confession time. Was not prepared for how early people get in place for this parade. I will say,
I'm feeling a
Disneyland-
secret tip coming along.
Well, the secret tip is just be ready 2 hours before.
Oh my.
Yeah. Everything. I've been to Disneyland before, but it's been a hot minute. I was, a little girl, which is a lot of the reason why I wanted to get back out there. But everything, when people talk, they're like, oh, it's way more laid back, and it's, and I will say that was very much the vibe in California Adventure. And of course, this was the week after, we're going Memorial Day. We were in DCA, and it was still it was great. Just wonderful park day. And then the next day, Tuesday, we were in Disneyland, and it was a good park day, but it felt like all of LA was in Disneyland that day. It was so crowded. And so, so Paint the Night, I had, that was on my list at the very top. I've got to see Paint the Night. And so I remember seeing people sitting, I saw a person with a chair sitting down on the parade route. And I was like, I don't know. It was had to have been 6:45.
Those are your locals.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's really early to get down for the parade. And so on that Tuesday night, I think the parade was at 8:45, and by 8 we were looking for a spot. And we found a spot, but we were in the back, and it was been, and I was like, and I'm thinking, I'm not going to get the content I need for this. Okay, we'll try again on Friday night. So, you can get in your space 2 hours before it begins. And I think one of the cast members was like, this is a very popular parade. I'm like, oh yeah, obviously. Yeah. So if you want a prime curb spot, because in Disneyland you can sit down and wait. And so by 6:15, I was kind of in the spot where I wanted to be, and we couldn't sit down yet. People would start to sit down, so then we kind of inch closer, and then the cast member would come by and be like, okay, you can't sit yet. So we'd move kind of back against the fence again. And then, but I was very territorial about my spot, because I'm I'm getting it this time. And so, 6:45, we plopped right down on the curb, on Main Street, and we were kind of on Main Street where the circle starts, so that we could be in position for the fireworks afterwards. So because right after the parade, they have you stand up and they move you into the street for the fireworks. So it was kind of hard to see the projections on the castle. We should have been closer, but I don't know. I don't think you probably be pretty close for the projections. But it was great for the parade. And honestly, the time went by pretty fast. Like I said, we took some snacks and some drinks. And then we just grabbed some hot dogs from Refreshment Corner across the street and just passed the time there. And then I'm trying to remember, about an hour, they kind of got the ropes out and were sectioning off the different areas where you could be to wait for the parade. And then come parade time. So the people, like, we were on the very front. So they said, you're going to sit on the curb. Everyone else behind you is going to stand. So if you want to be able to remain seated on the curb, yeah, you definitely want one of those early spots. And yeah, so it was, and it was great. It's, it's not a short cavalcade. It is a full parade, and it was amazing. My kids were like, Mom, that was so worth it. Like, they didn't even care that they had to sit and wait for 2 hours to watch it. Yeah, it was fabulous. Yeah, definitely a highlight. I'm glad that we figured it out by the end. But yeah, there's a dessert party if you don't want to wait the 2 hours. You can pay for the dessert party and get the preferred seat. Or I think it's they have a dining package with Plaza Inn if you do lunch. We did the character breakfast. We had to have the characters. But yeah, I think you can do the dining package with Plaza Inn to get the preferred.
That almost sounds like that's the way to go. If you want to secure a prime spot for Paint the Night, it's the same way when we do, like the Eat to the Beat series, Food and Wine. If you want your prime seating for Joey Fatone and friends, you just got to pay, to do the dining. That's what it comes down to. So I'm glad they're doing the same thing out there at Disneyland.
Yes. Yeah. So, you can do it the hard way or you can pay for the easy way. If you're eating anyway, then
it sounds like a no-brainer to me. Pretty good pro tip. So I actually did want to mention real quick, there's honestly, I think the most exciting thing about the Disneyland 70th anniversary is the entertainment and the Walt Disney animatronics show that's coming, next month. But before we get into that, I wanted to go over like the scheduling so people can kind of have a better idea. So we've got the Paint the Night Parade, and that happens nightly at 8:50 and at 10:50 p.m. You also have the Celebrate Happy Cavalcade, and that's 1:30 and 2:45 p.m. over in Disneyland theme park. Then you also have Fantasmic at 9:05 and at 10:30 p.m. at Disneyland theme park. Fire of the Rising Moons. That's over in Galaxy's Edge at 9:35 p.m. Those two are completely independent of the 70th. Same with Shadows of Memory, a Skywalker Saga at 10:15 p.m. over in Galaxy's Edge. And we've got the Tapestry of Happiness. We haven't mentioned that one. Did you get a chance to see that?
No. Yeah.
Okay. So the Tapestry of Happiness, from what I did see, it's basically a beautiful projection on the It's a Small World attraction over at the Disneyland theme park. Also looks unbelievable. And that runs 10 p.m., 10:15 p.m., 10:30 p.m., and 11:45 p.m. So it's kind of like running all night long, basically. And then we've got Wondrous Journeys with Fireworks, which is new, and that's at 9:35 p.m. So you basically have Tapestry of Happiness and Wondrous Journeys with Fireworks that are new for the 70th over at Disneyland.
So there's just entertainment all over the place.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about DCA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DCA
that is a
has
jam-packed
the
schedule.
Pixar Pals parade.
Oh, parades, yeah. So you got the Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration over at Disney California Adventure that runs at 2:30 p.m. and at 5 p.m. Then you've got the fireworks and nighttime entertainment of World of Color Happiness, which is at 9 p.m. and at 10:15 p.m. Now, this is something that they do always have. However, they've updated it specifically for the 70th anniversary. So just a little, let you know, do your homework like Brittany did, because there is a lot of things going on. And honestly, with so much that they're offering for the 70th, I almost would suggest, definitely getting your lightning lanes, because goodness gracious, these shows will take up a good chunk of your time, especially if you're having to wait it out a little bit and get a good spot wherever it is that you go. So I wouldn't want to go over there and miss out on these things, but I also want to be able to enjoy the park, right? So I don't see you being able to go and not have a lightning lane unless you're going for many, many days, which we'll talk about ticket deals.
Include your photo pass, so just get it.
It's a no-brainer as well, for sure. So, what was your favorite show that you watched?
I mean, as far as all the entertainment, the Paint the Night was definitely was the best. I mean, that was just that was really cool.
Who doesn't love a parade?
I know.
I remember when they announced that specific nighttime parade broke the internet. I mean, people were through the roof, so excited that this was coming back. And, we were able to see a little bit of a clip of that before we recorded. And we're just in awe. We're ready. Let's just pack our bags and go.
Yeah.
Just go.
And to be able to watch your kids watching it. I mean, that's one of my favorite things. Like a lot of times I'm looking over at my kids and just seeing them. I love it for myself, but I love seeing them love it too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Going to Disney with your kids is a whole different, it's a whole different ballgame.
And frankly, I just love that Disney is always doing new things too. I think that's like the biggest thing. It's like, could you get tired of all these celebrations? Honestly, I feel like we're still celebrating the 50th over here at Magic Kingdom. Felt very long. But at the end of the day too, the fact that there's always something new to look forward to, and each celebration, each season, each whatever, always brings with it something unique. Just keeps us wanting to come back more. You said, being able to see it through your children's eyes, or any other family member or friends that have never done it, have never experienced. It's completely new to them. Disneyland is so different from, Walt Disney World, despite having many, many, many similarities. They're very, very different. So it's a totally different experience no matter what. But that being said, I did want to, let's see my notes. Okay, attraction overlays. You did mention Toy Story Mania had like some cool different not screen projections, but
they had the targets.
The targets, thank you. Yeah. That, to celebrate the 70th. I did see somewhere that Coco or Miguel was also added to, like, It's a Small World and things like that, these little things that just make it so cool. Like, I love It's a Small World out there in Disneyland, and being able to see the different Disney characters sprinkled throughout all the different countries. Wish we had that here in this state, but, one day. All right. Walt Disney, A Magical Life. We're still waiting for this one. I am so stoked. So, people who don't know, Walt Disney's head is not in an icebox underneath the parks.
No, it's getting ready to come to Disneyland. He is finally unfrozen. All right, just kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Comment
section.
Oh yeah. So Walt Disney Imagineering finally came up with this brilliant idea, which I can't believe it took this long to even come up with it. It's like, what? How did no one think about this before? And it was to make the first ever audio animatronic of the man himself, Walt Disney. And that is coming to the Disneyland park, like I said, later this summer. And it's supposed to have a little like pre-show thing where you're going to see a little show about Walt. It's actually, What's the one that we have over here in Hollywood Studios, Jen?
One Man's Dream.
That one. So we're going
I
to see
love
like a
One
clip of
Man's
that. And then it's going to segue into whatever show we're going to be able to see with a realistic version of Walt Disney. So I know once that comes around, I feel like maybe the crowds might also go up. Actually, speaking of that, how were the crowds, Brittany? I know you went on, Memorial Week, but
it was like two different worlds, being in California Adventure and being in Disneyland. So it felt, when we were in Disneyland Park, it felt very crowded. When we were in DCA, it did not feel as crowded. I don't know if it's normally like that, or if we're just a holiday week combined with the 70th. But yeah, DCA definitely had this like laid back vibe. We just easy breezy. And I mean, we still had a great time in Disneyland, but there were definitely more people, or more people in a smaller space. I don't know, but but that just means people are excited to come for the 70th.
So once again, Lightning Lane people, pro tip. If you're gonna go, you might as well do it. You won't regret it. I don't think I've ever known anyone who'd be like, oh, I did not want to get it. I regret it. Whatever. Anyways. So we talked about the overlays. We talked about the shows. We talked about, the new animatronic coming up. And at the end of the day, all of this could not be possible without the incredible cast members that really just truly make this special. I mean, the ones at the parade, the ones working behind the scenes, and shout out to them. I wish they had their own little outfits for the 70th anniversary. Disney, are you listening? That's what we want. We want them to also have cute outfits in celebration for whatever we're celebrating. So we talked food, we talked merchandise, we talked entertainment, we talked decor. What else is there left to talk about other than tips? Unless I'm missing something, Brittany. If I'm missing something, please let me know.
I'm gonna refer to my note. But
absolutely.
Speaking of cast members, something that was super helpful for us. Okay, so we had our little guy, 5. He really wanted to he loves Spider-Man, and he wanted to get a Tracy, like the little spider bot. And so it was in DCA, and we waited till the end of the week. We're like, okay, let's make sure this is what you want. Keep looking around. So end of the week, he's like, yeah, this is what I want. So he had saved his money, and so we bought it, and it's a decent size purchase, size wise, that we would be carrying around all day. They don't do like where they'll send it back to your hotel, but they do have a place in each park where you can drop it off and they'll hold it for you. So in California Adventure, I'm blanking on the name now. Elias. It's close to the entrance. It's inside the park, and it's like a store. I'm totally blanking on the name now that I'm trying to think of it. But then over at Disneyland, it's at the stroller rental before you go into the park. You have to have bought it that day. You have to have your receipt. And there were a few things like limited edition items that they wouldn't hold. But all we had to do, we showed them our receipt. They filled out a little form. They took the Tracy bot, and they held it for us, so we didn't have to carry it around all day. So then when we left the park, went by, gave them our little piece of paper, and they handed it to us, and we went back. So yeah, if you end up with merchandise in the park that you don't want to carry around, that's where you can go leave it. And then of course, specials, like who doesn't want to save some money? So there's a discount up to 20% off stays at Disneyland Hotel. And then they have special ticket offers. There's a 3-day ticket and a 4-day ticket, starting from, I think, $100 a day. But yeah, so now is the time. Lock in your Disneyland day and get these special deals, and definitely stay in the Magic. Stay in the Magic.
I could not agree more. I mean, if you're gonna go, you might as well go all out, right?
Mhm.
Speaking of going all out, one thing that they're actually doing this time around, and it is a special 70th anniversary guided tour over at the Disneyland park. And basically, for $120 per person, tax not included, uh, guests can basically make a reservation for a 2-hour guided tour. And on this tour, Disneyland has invited guests to celebrate milestones, imagine endless possibilities, and embrace new stories. And the tradition continues today. You will be able to journey through the festive past, experience some original attractions such as Mark Twain Riverboat and the Disneyland Railroad, enjoy Lightning Lane entry for a select attraction, get access to a reserved viewing area for Paint the Night, munch on some popcorn and other snacks, and receive a special tour keepsake. Ooh, that's cool. I would absolutely invest in that because A, it's
Paint
unique
the
and
Night spot.
special.
I was
Yes,
gonna say,
well,
the Paint the Night spot pays for itself right there.
yeah,
There you
Plus
go.
all the other history, you were talking about stuff. That's
That's worth
awesome.
it right
that's
there.
killer.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And it's unique to just the 70th anniversary. We don't know at this time if this is something that's going to continue beyond next summer. But for right now, this is a 70th anniversary guided tour, a story of celebration. So if you're planning on going, I recommend you check to see if there's any tours available on the days that you are, because there are multiple times throughout the day. You have a morning slot of 9:15 or 9:45 a.m., or you have afternoons starting at 12:30 or 1 p.m. So I don't see how big the groups are, but honestly, pretty cool. I think that's pretty unique that they're also offering that. Another thing that because I was trying to wrap my head around, like, what else am I missing? I know there's a lot. And so I don't know if people have been able to see. Jen, do you want to talk about this? Or no?
Talk about the big key. The big key is so cool. I love it. I love it. My son's like, Mom, is that like a Kingdom Hearts thing? And I'm like, no, baby, it's a 70th anniversary thing. But he's all about the Kingdom Hearts. So any kind of big key he sees for Disney, it's automatically Kingdom Hearts. So I've only been able to see pictures. I don't have my hands on one. I would like my hands on one. I'm gonna pull it up. Actually, Kelton, can you pull up a picture of it?
Working standby.
Okay. Kelton's the best. Look at it.
I'm in tech mode. Yo, I need one of these for my office.
Right?
Not this office, my work office.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So obviously it has the big Disney D, and it has, are those like the core memory ball things in there?
Yep, the core memories.
Oh, I love it.
So
Y'all,
you basically go, I
something.
think if I remember correctly, or Brittany, did you get to see this, experience this, or anything like that? Feel free to say no.
I did not get my hands on a big key. I did not.
So from what I had read, basically, and I know Brooks, he was very passionate about this one too. Basically, the key, obviously when you get it, when you purchase it, it's not lit up. And the way to light it up is if you insert this massive key into locks that you can find throughout all the different lands in Disneyland Park.
Yeah,
And
it's
when
interactive.
It's so cool. How freaking cool.
Interactive. I love it.
So they took Keys to the Kingdom and Glow with the Show and put it together into this. And
We're thinking.
It really does look like a Kingdom Hearts key.
It does.
I am here for it. Let's
do it.
all get one.
that's all Jonah said. He's like, it looks like something from Kingdom Hearts. Is it going to be in the
Aw.
next game? And I'm like,
It might.
oh, maybe in 25 years when the next game comes out. But
We might have
Aw.
that before. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. I love that it's interactive. I love there's the core memories in there. It's so sweet.
And like you see the castle at the very end. That's like the key bridges. Oh, anyways. Do we know about any popcorn buckets by any chance? I don't recall.
I talked
Anyway.
about those already, but I can
You
show
did?
you.
Oh, I'm so
Hold on.
sorry.
Hold on. And I gotta go to the food one. Too many tabs open.
It happens.
It's okay.
There we go. Okay, so there's Mickey right there.
Wait, no. We don't
That
see
one.
it.
I
You don't see it? I'm on the
No.
wrong tab. Dang nabbit. Hold on. I gotta share. Let's see. Just try this again. Screen. Nope. Nope.
The suspense.
Yeah, right?
No.
Did
Like-
you see any popcorn buckets? Brittany?
Yeah, I mean they had the popcorn bucket. I really wanted them to be refillable. That's
They're
what I wanted.
not?
No, they didn't
Oh,
have
that's
any.
so
'cause
depressing.
Listen, we will eat our weight in popcorn if they're.
Oh, you did mention the Yeti. That was the popcorn
Yeah.
bucket? Man, it went right over my head.
That's a sipper.
Oh, yeah.
The Yeti's a zipper
Went right over my head.
because
The Yeti.
Yeah. We
And
at the other place out on the the other theme park out on the coast. We got a popcorn bucket. It was $14 and unlimited refills. So I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, I got so many refills that day. Like I can make my money's worth on that, and
Can we-
Yeah.
it was really cute.
Can we also talk about how the other theme park that we're not speaking about this episode also does free unlimited refills on their cold beverages that it's not alcohol as well for about the same $14, $15 price. Disney, come on.
The vinyl scratch.
I mean, we like it at the resorts, but bring it to the parks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Agreed.
Brittany, I have a question for you. Were
Yeah.
there any experiences that you missed that you really wanted to do? Like now looking back, like I really wish that we had been able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get to do all of the entertainment. I definitely prioritized World of Color and Wondrous Journeys and Paint the Night, but like we didn't get over to Fantasmic, which the plan was to do one. It was a lot, and and little guy got kind of tired most times. So yeah, I mean, definitely would have liked to have done Fantasmic or the overlay or the projection over at Small World. Even with 3 days, it was hard to pack everything in. And then riding Indiana Jones, we had lighting lanes for it, I think every park day. And every time our time came up, it closed down. And then we would try to go back later because they would give us the multi-experience pass. And every time I'm not even kidding, it came back up. We hustled over there. By the time we got over there, it was down again.
Oh no.
I was like, we were not meant to go on Indiana Jones, so it escaped us. But yeah, but really, I mean, we did get to do so much. Like I said, we had 3 park days, and we had time at our resort. Yeah, it's hard to get everything. But we did a lot, and I'm very happy with everything that we were able to do.
Good. Then it was a successful trip. Check.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Celebrate the 70th. Check.
So very happy.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, exactly. So final question before we wrap up. If you could describe the Disneyland 70th celebration in one word, please don't say happy. What would it be?
Oh, you
We
stole my
can give
answer,
you a
though.
minute to think about it too.
Okay, yeah.
Because one word, I mean, there's a lot of pressure riding on this right now. One word, this is the word that people are going to remember you by.
Is it cheating
on
if
this
I say
episode?
joy? Because I think joy, because it's just like that, that feeling inside where you're just like, you get all the happy Disney feels and all the magic and everything just bright and happy and fun. Yeah, joy. Can I say joy?
I think they nailed it with the theme of happy.
Yeah.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
I think that's a very acceptable answer.
Yeah.
Well,
love
Brittany, honestly, thank you so much for coming on here, telling us all about your Disneyland experience, escapade, making us want to go over there, especially that parade. Oh, we're going to be dreaming about the parade. People, if you haven't seen it, go see it, whether it's YouTube or in person. Please do yourself a favor. You won't regret it. But Brittany, we love having you. We hope to see you again on the Mouse Ears podcast.
Definitely.
But before we leave, we do have a trivia question for all of you guys out there. And Jen, would you like to take it away?
All right. To remind you, our trivia question was, what was the theme of Disneyland Theme Park's 50th anniversary celebration? Do I have any guesses?
I'm not going to guess because I picked it.
Okay, so the 50th anniversary celebration, which kicked off on May 5th, 2005, and it ran through September 30th of 2006 because Disney celebrations are long. This anniversary was known as the happiest homecoming on Earth. And this one was not only celebrated in California, but also in all Disney theme parks around the world and Disney Cruise Line. So
What's with Disney and happy? I mean, this is just another variation of the word happy.
On Earth.
I mean, I get it. It's the happiest place on earth, but
I mean, if it works, stick with it. I don't know.
happiest
ain't broke,
homecoming on
don't
earth
fix.
is cute.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cute. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, thanks, Jen. Thanks, Brittany. Thanks, Kelton. And thank you, Stephanie. Well,
Way to
folks,
just yeah, thank you, Stephanie. Yeah.
Yes, Stephanie.
okay, so if you guys are watching this, earlier on in this episode, my recording session ended, something happened, I had tech issues, and my brain just went splat after that. This is the result of me being frazzled when we have technical issues, myself particularly having technical issues in the middle of a recording session. Just don't judge me
It's
too
all
hard.
good. It's all
Don't
good.
judge me too hard. We're going to talk about happy.
Look, we came, we had fun, and we're happy. There we go.
Well, folks, that about does it for this week's episode of the Mouse Ears podcast. Don't forget to join our Mouse Ears podcast Facebook discussion group and our Facebook page. You can also follow us on TikTok, X, and Instagram to stay up to date with all things travel, but mostly Disney. And if you're interested in having a Fairy Tale Journeys agent book your next trip to Disneyland, visit fairytalejourneys.com and let them know that the podcast sent you. Lastly, if you enjoy our weekly episodes of the Mouse Ears podcast, we'd love for you to leave us a review wherever you listen to us. Until the next episode, where we will be covering Royal Caribbean with a new guest, FTJ agent Sarah Allen. Brittany, thanks again. We loved having you. Until the next episode, bye everyone.
Bye.